we all got a little.
She's being adjusted.
Yeah, it's totally okay.
You know how it is.
I have to get the podcast mic. Almost got better sound.
Yeah, is it in here or is it in my workspace?
No, it's here. I have it. Oh wait, did you take it? I think it's in your workspace.
We're getting the podcast mic, so you got it? We will use a pendulum this time.
I have it. Woo-hoo. Cool.
Sutki, mate.
Alles klar hier. Alles klar hier.
Eingerutscht. So when you do this, make sure the computer switches.
Check. Microphone check. Check.
Okay,
it's really good.
Let's hit the mute.
No, it's not muted.
1 2 1 2 1 2. It's still on. That means the microphone is not on. Okay,
let's
go to the sound settings.
It is, Ra. You see it here.
No.
Dear, it shows you that it's picking up. The green light is
okay, why is it when I'm muted, it's still there?
That's a technical issue.
No, your mic is not on. Go to sound settings. You can't plug it in while live. Here's the sound settings.
You want to start over?
No, we got it. We just have to switch this. The computer doesn't understand you do that.
Wait.
See
Ask
here?
them if they can hear us.
They can hear us, but we are on the internal microphone. We're not on the Yeti.
Oh, okay.
You have to switch.
Oh my gosh, wait, can you show me how you just did that?
Yeah.
Sorry, guys.
So you go to sound and sound settings. You crank up the volume so it's not enough.
Sound settings.
So.
How did you get to that page?
Okay, I'll show you. So see, they hear us because we're now going through the microphone. You do this.
You were right. It was through the wrong microphone.
So when you do this, you go in here and then you go to sound. Then the computer tells you where you are.
Wow, it's really good input on that. It was.
Yeah, because I also have adjusted.
It doubled.
Yeah.
Okay, so you don't have to speak that loud. I would actually make it louder.
Yeah, so everything is perfect. Well,
volume is going to max.
Yeah, but not here. See? Always compare. You want this up because this is weak. Leave it.
Okay.
It's not clipping. And that's when you adjust the microphone. I found that out because people couldn't hear me, and I'm like, what the heck? See now?
Thank you.
See now when I hit mute. See how it does? It's not.
Our chakras are so big. I'm just kidding. Okay, guys, do you know what a chakra wheel is? Who wants to answer? Raise your hand. Type in yes or 1111 if you know what a chakra is. If you don't, that's okay. We will learn today what that is because we are going to study their spin direction and size to those lucky contestants, which will tell you psychological indications. So if your chakra, chakra means wheel in Sanskrit, and it looks like a cone shape to clairvoyance that comes out of 7 main energy centers through which the spiritual vehicle, so we have a physical vehicle, a mind vehicle, and a spiritual vehicle according to a lot of Hindu philosophy and Tibetan Buddhist philosophy. And that essence, or whatever you want to call it, comes through those 7 major points, which are located at different spots in the body. And I've been studying the direction of energy movement because I can feel it physically moving through me. So you don't really need a pendulum, some of you. But if you use something like this, you can ask it because your human energy fields can affect your consciousness, the movement of physical objects. And so really what we're doing is using something to focus our energy. And what's more focused than a pendulum shape like that? Look at this. This is a labradorite crystal. And it has, is that moonstone on top? Look at that.
Looks like it.
Oh snap, this is double.
Where did you get this one?
This was from my first Reiki teacher in Marlow, England.
This is a very,
it was Witchy Wendy.
Yes, it's a very unique piece.
She gave me my first
pendulum. You can't buy this.
Yeah. It's super psychic stone. I'm going to read you guys what that means. And Ra's doing, what are you doing today?
Well, I'll assist Krista. Want me to show them the new technology I have created with Jason?
Sure.
Okay.
I think they will.
So, so donations are welcome. And for donations, Krista can respond immediately. Right now, we're explaining how this works, and I will show you a sneak preview. See how this works.
We have a first reader up,
Yeah.
so we're gonna do her
So
first.
Krista's gonna prep it while I'm getting the machine. I'm only doing like a short introduction. It's an iTaurus. It's a lifetime therapy for magnetic pulse frequency treatment, bone growth, cell repair, circulatory systems, neuro athletes, like make you smarter. And it's not a cheap thing because the machines in the hospital cost like $20,000 to $30,000 that you lay in, but we have a machine that can cover that for a fraction of that price. And we already have a waiting list of 4 weeks, so I will show it to you briefly.
Okay, so for example, a chakra disturbance is related with not being well. For example, a sensitive woman named Diane described the chakra at the throat of a patient as being overactive, red and dull gray in color. When Diane looked at the thyroid itself, it too was spongy and soft in texture. The right side of the thyroid was not functioning as well as the left. This patient was diagnosed through normal medical techniques as having Graves' disease, which causes enlarged thyroid, the right being the larger lobe. And so the point of doing these types of readings is preventative care. If you have energy flow that is moving correctly, then you're less likely to have blockages. And the more you get in touch with your physical vessel or the other dimension, the more sensitive you get to these sorts of things. So if you're just interested and want to do this for fun, obviously this does not replace any sort of medical help or assistance. These are for your well-being and for
Exploration,
clarity, exploration, creating a mind-to-mind link, using, requesting the assistance of spirit. As you know, I'm mediumistic. Ra is more on the technical side, but he is very psychic in my opinion. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's readings, and if you just want to sit with us, enjoy the energy, you're welcome here. We leave ego at the door, which means we're not here to fight or insult each other because you can get timed out. Other than that, we have a great community of starseeds and angels here, and many others. And if you really want a reading, you can do like Clone Woman Walking just did, which is you click the little gray box with a $sign, and you can use PayPal or a credit card, I believe, to give a donation. And that way your name and question get highlighted so we know to focus on you. And we're going to be doing readings for the next hour or so as the energy permits us to. So we'll be having a wonderful day. Okay.
The device that you saw is a co-production of iPyramids and Raki. So it's a fusion of my substance and my friend Jason's toroidal field analysis and expertise. Soon to be listed in my store. Already 3 gone, and it takes us the waiting list is 4 weeks right now, so doing great. Assisting the planet. Getting bigger, greater.
Okay, so Labradorite, this is a really great book. Love is in the Earth. I based all these in Sedona, I know. Okay. Labradorite associated with the signs of Sagittarius, Scorpio, and Leo, also known as spectralite. Labradorite is a type of, oh my gosh, this is really long. So I want to get to readings. It represents the temple of the stars, assisting one in sustaining and maintaining while providing for the understanding of the destiny one has chosen. It brings the light of the other planetary beings to the soul of the user. The labradorescence as the luminescence, so it shows up as blue when you hold it in the sunlight, derived from extraterrestrial origin. Did not know that about the sun, which is enclosed in the mineral to bring the galactic evolved energies from other worlds to the Earth plane. So this is totally for starseeds. It symbolizes the moon. Okay, so we're almost done here.
Yeah, I'm checking the first reader with the money situation. So don't forget the first one. The first donation is about our money
and I'll
situation.
tell you what the direction means. So moonstone is when we're needing universal energy that's wanted. Helps us recognize ups and downs, gracefully acknowledge the changing cycles, the stone of healing. Super psychic crystals. All right. So I have my little chakra spin directions here. And he's dowsing.
Okay,
That's
so
what it
for the first reader, sacral is spinning clockwise.
is it open or is
Open, harmonious, with clear perception of reality. This is what it's doing.
it okay?
So the problem we're having with we have stagnation in the root chakra.
It's an up and down vertical.
It's kind of like sideways. It's kind of it's between this here.
This is when you're avoiding interaction with other people, so that's on a root chakra level. So you're not necessarily interacting with people in your immediate environment or in your where you're living.
Yeah, it's basically both of those here. The horizontal and vertical is blocked.
This is when, if you, let's say you tighten your pelvic muscle, it shoots the energy up. You'll feel it doing yoga, and you clench up, and then it goes up through your spine. So when we, as spiritual people, we tend to go up here a lot. The star seeds are operating on the 4 upper chakras, and so he's saying that she's constricting the energy in the first energy center, which has to do with survival, family, your immediate environment. So often related to your workplace, possibly.
So what's happening with the first reading is that you're avoiding interaction that is required for your root chakra to actually flow, and you're also not accessing. It says you're moving feelings and energy towards the spiritual to avoid personal interaction.
She's asking about finances.
Yeah, but that's exactly the point.
Yeah.
Her finances suck right now because she's moving feelings and energy towards the spiritual to avoid personal interaction. And I'm getting a personal interaction is required to activate the root chakra to release that block. You feel me?
Yeah.
So she's avoiding something. That's why it's stagnant. She's not doing it. So that's why it's not coming in. Hey, here's $1 million.
Well, your second chakra is open, which is related to, it's called the I Got You Babe chakra, the Sonny and Cher song. And it has to do with balancing finances. So what he's reading is your finance contrasted with the care of others is imbalanced. So I already know she's a nurse. So basically, I don't think she's having a struggle with her spending or something like this.
No. There's action. She needs to do something to cherish that, to worship that, to get the dispensation. She's not doing that.
Got it. That's a good reading.
Yeah, she
I
sits.
Hope that helps.
She's basically, and sounds blunt, but I'm not against you. I love you. There's something that you're not doing, and you think it's just gonna come in there, and it's not gonna respond to that. There's a devic spirit that sits there and waits to compensate you, but you have to develop an exchange that you want to come to you. If you want more, then you have to develop more, and it's not activated. So find a modality to interact with something that will make you that, and then your money will flow. It's your inaction incapacitates the flow of your root chakra. That's as simple as it is.
I like that part of the reading because it makes me feel safe, thinking, oh, my productivity is directly connected to my income stream.
Yes.
And it makes me feel in control and powerful because I know, oh, if I just execute this action here, it will wield a result. So that's always a good sign because some people have supposedly money blocks and things like that, which our friend Felix mentioned in the Slam Book interview is we can have issues manifesting with the root chakra. For example, if we've had to deal with some second chakra projections.
Mm-hmm.
Anywho.
Yeah, this is okay.
Okay, but we have here one too.
Okay. Oh, okay. So what? So.
But I want to check the other
chakras
first with the pendulum.
It's the pendulum. You want to check the first read of the other chakras?
Yeah, I just want to see.
Because I only got to check the sacral and the root. You can check crown. You can go through. This as the expert more like.
Solar plexus is it shows you where you're doing is active receptive. Active side is more developed, so you have more masculine yang energy, so you're putting out more, probably maybe personal power, will, work, more than maybe you need to. Maybe you've been working too hard, and it's a different course of action you have to take, because you have a lot of willpower. When we do busy work and it's actually not productive at all, it could have something to do with that. Your heart's wide open. You have a lot of love in your heart. That's always great. Something's changing. It shows you're going through a change with your communication center. So maybe oh, I don't know about. Okay, third eye is also going. Is displacement up to avoid interaction. So we want more energy. The third eye is doing the same as the root chakra. So we want more third eye energy in the earth plane and more root chakra energy on the earth plane. That's what we want. Yeah, crown is open. Okay. That's the checkup, guys. Okay, look, babe, we have 1, 2, 3.
Do we need to write them down, or can we handle it? You gotta get a pen and paper.
No, we're doing beautiful you. Are people jealous of me?
So then just go into the jealousy. You can do pendulum, because where's jealousy? Heart? Like it's see, does it affect the heart?
Let's check.
I'll do
I'm checking all. Root chakra is changing, but you're going about the change with more negative than positive, sensitive chaos. There's something going on with the root chakra.
Okay, so also personal power in action. That's something that where you.
Sacral is fine.
She disempowered herself by not doing something. Okay, you need tiger's eye. You need that crystal.
Solar plexus is spiritual energy. I wonder what that means. Okay, her heart chakra is she's been closing it. It's been too much from other people. That's probably what messed up the spin direction of the root.
She walled it up. She put it up. She created a wall.
Did you have an argument with somebody? Beautiful you. Did you have an argument with someone in your family? And you're wondering if they're jealous because of how they acted?
So again, here's action. There's something that you're not doing. I don't know if people are jealous of you or if it's a projection. It says that the healing journey today says when tiger's eye enters your life, good luck will follow. But in order to receive, you must prepare to take action and not move into reaction. So you've been reactive.
Yeah.
That affirms something what you're assuming that is, but it's not actually reality. That's only your mind tricking you. But that happens because you haven't been moving. So your higher self or oversoul seems to be like pushing you into. It says, take caution with whatever presents itself, remembering that the true action has no fear, regrets, or limitation. It is the purest measure of personal power mastered for the betterment of all. The presence of tiger's eye also can indicate a holiday you do for a holiday or a well-deserved break or a hot bath, that time out. Tigers are also the sacred stone for the Lord Lanto and the Ascended Master who resides in the yellow ray and may be calling you. So something with the willpower, again, yellow, affirming the will, affirming what you want. Confidence. Somehow there's lack of confidence in your escrow because you're projecting that. You gotta retreat from what people think about you, what you see, what you hear.
Yes,
and also
see yourself better.
Yeah, and also do not assume that you think you know what others are feeling, and making this psychically up in yourself, because it's an illusion. Confirmed is only confirmed, and when it's verbalized and in your face, and also don't react, act on where you're supposed to be. Your keywords, what you need to look at is your personal power. Where are you lacking? Who are you giving power? What negative thought form are you giving power? What are you enabling? Another thing is power in action. What is it that you're not doing that you can actually do more to deserve and
seems
eradicate
like a theme. That's maybe today's theme.
Yeah, that's today's theme also. Your drive. You have drive. You have it's like, let's go. Where's your drive? Confidence, confidence, confidence. Love yourself more. Rose quartz, rosy energy. Self-reliance. Trust yourself more. Trust yourself more. Courage. Kundalini. Either your sexual energy is not channeled correctly, or you have it and you're not releasing it. It's a little contraption here with Kundalini. Again, travel, maybe, and again, sexuality. Look at your own sexuality. Maybe your energy is not channeled right. Sacral chakra, did you check that?
Sacral chakra.
The person with the jealousy.
Oh, right, emotional sense.
Past lives in Asia. Lord Lanto. You don't know about that Ascended Master? Google that dude and see what resonates. So the affirmation for you is, through self-confidence, I take action.
Well, look at this. The sacral is doing like this really odd, like huge amount of energy going side to side.
Okay, that's H4. That's a block holding energy flow and feelings down
Look,
to
it's
avoid
huge.
personal
Look.
interaction. Yeah.
No, babe. She's transforming it. Look at that. She is a huge amount of energy is transforming.
So maybe something, I don't know, crystals seem to be activating.
Oh my
something
gosh.
where
Wait,
you're
can you
changing.
show it? Can you like move the camera so she can see? It's doing a huge flower shape.
So, okay, so you're in the process of transformation.
Wait, it's going backwards though, babe. It's not going forward.
Well, it's responding to
Wait, it's responding.
It's responding to what we're saying. So basically,
whoa, dude, whoa.
Let's correct the spin flow of the, what is that, root or sacral?
Wait, can you just show this? What the heck is this?
Where you seeing it? Root, no, sacral chakra, correctional flow. And let's see if we can get that in.
Wait, she's pissed about something. I think this is her very angry about that. I think she's really pissed, and we need to acknowledge that.
All the subconscious pissed. And that concludes that. Next one.
All right, okay. Okay, we need the origins deck.
We want the galactic heritage. You need a pen and paper to write down the people that are donating this.
I don't need.
Okay, good. I'm gonna give you the little sneak peek again.
Okay.
24 karat gold. Prime design. Made out of photonic substance also. Doesn't exist in the world. It's the biggest compression, most powerful electromagnetic healer. It comes with an amplifier and plugs and stuff for your iPhone or pad, and then you treat yourself.
Okay, Jelani, if you're here, Jelani, we're picking a Starseed Origins card. Okay, Orion passed 36 Delusion of Control. So this is an Orion card. We had something to do with Orion. And this is early on in the galactic history where some of the beings in Orion, before they became masterful or enlightened beings, this is the era when they kind of ran stuff. However, there's an Orion conflict. So whether or not you're from Orion, I'm not sure. You may have come through a portal in Orion. You may have been from another star system, worked with Orion, but this pops up. It's in the past timeline. Within the Orion system, the dark forces sought control at all costs. The need for control of your reality comes from the ego is based purely on delusion. We cannot truly control anything, as only the universe to its infinite wisdom keeps everything in balance. So this has to do with the Orion history and the era when the Empire tried to exert control of nearly every aspect of life. Even if you imagine the most oppressive regimes on Earth, they would represent perhaps only 20% of the intensity of this era of Orion. Humans carry memories of these oppressive times and are still trying to heal those traumas. One of the ways in which polarity plays itself out in human reality is through the idea of how the human ego wishes to control reality when in fact reality cannot be controlled because there's a greater force, a god or whatever you wish to call it, that keeps everything in balance. So the more the ego feels powerless, the more it tries to control. This lesson the Ryans had to learn in painful ways, that basically people groups exerting control from religion to politics. So this was the sort of, maybe you had to do with this kind of Star Wars times. You know what? I also need to look at a star map just really quickly to see if he has any other Just Milky Way. I just want to see if anyone sticks out. Let's see how the star mapping. And what I intuitively get is you might have something to do with the Pegasians. So I'm just looking that up again. Yeah. If anything. Aha, Pegasians. That's a cluster of 1,000 stars between Cygnus and Aquarius. It resembles the original Sirius B humanoids, colonists, men with 6 to 7 feet tall, blue skin or extremely pale white skin. Second humanoid type, light red or orange color, cat-like eyes from Lyran. So they have Lyran Pegasians. Also, they are known for their prowess as innovators, scientists, and diplomats. So, interesting. I feel like you may have had to do with Orion, but in the really ancient times. So, as our planet is 4.5 billion years old, we're now finding remnants of an ancient builder race. And a lot of the esoteric texts I found say a lot of these beings that came to Earth at one point came from Orion. So this is in our local cluster. Some of you guys have had incarnations in other universes. We're going to go to the next reading. Oh, she gave us a thank you, see?
Oh, okay.
Okay, Elias would like a reading. Okay, so we're going to do a pendulum. Okay, so I see the root chakra as open and harmonious. I feel like it needs to be more energized though. There's a tendency to kind of slow it down in your survival skills, like to take it slow. I think you might need more energy. Like maybe vitamin C or something. I'm not sure yet. Did you take enough vitamin C, Elias?
Elias.
Second chakra looks fine. The energy is moving up and out. So I feel like you're spiritually healing yourself in your second chakra. Okay, the third chakra is also open, and I feel like you've been exercising your will center more. So good job. So interesting, your first chakras are balance. You've been also energizing your heart. Okay, the throat is where we gotta focus because you're holding energy back and you're not talking to people. Is that true? Okay, also third eye is going spiritual, so you're cutting the energy off in your fifth and sixth chakras. But I'm looking at where all your energy is. Yeah, it's in a lot in the spirit world. The most energy you have is running from spirit. I guess what I would say here is live and live a little. I feel like you could be watching a funny movie with a friend, or I don't know, if you feel like you need to cry. Want to say something, and try to see things through the lens of your spiritual practice. So one thing I've been doing recently is trying to see things from another person's perspective. I wonder how many people do this. When, let's say, you imagine yourself in their body, don't do that too much because some people astral project too much. But like, imagine yourself in that person's physical body. What's it like being that moving? And it kind of changes your perception. Drink a glass of water, say affirmations to it. And I want to just say it's okay to talk to yourself because intelligent people tend to do that and they walk back and forth a lot. It's totally fine if you have weird habits like that. I think you'll meet a nice friend potentially, and that'll be someone you can talk to. So I would like to see you maybe socializing more this year because I feel that will open you up to the world because you have a lot to offer, and maybe you get tongue-tied sometimes. That's okay. By the time you're like 30, you'd be like, bop, 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 bop. So I hope that helps. Okay, Majestic Unicorn asked for a message from the spirit guides.
What are you getting?
Okay, I love these books. I can't hide it. I love just the intuitive one. You can just go.
I'm processing some of you, so I'm getting a little tired. Don't think I'm leaning out. I need to relax for a minute because some of you carry some stuff, and I'm feeling it. So.
Did you eat enough?
Yeah, but I have to eat after this. What is this $9.99 up there?
We're coming to that. We have to get Majestics.
Okay. So all of you, I'm like processing right now. Something is hitting me, and usually when I catch something and transmute it and send it back, I'm getting tired. So that's what you see.
Okay, so for Majestic, I'm getting the word lifting. As in lifting something up. Yeah, that you're lifting something up. What the heck? I feel like certain burdens are too much for you. That's the feeling I get from this image. It's like some things you can't carry. So when we put energy on our shoulders, here, I tense up all the time when I'm typing. When you're doing like this all the time, it should be like, heck yeah. It shouldn't be, unless you're doing some kind of body building weight training. In which case, fine. There's nothing wrong with doing these. These work the back thigh muscles and the glutes and also your bicep. But if this is a metaphor, because I'm trying to interpret the symbol I'm seeing as Majestic Unicorn is actually lifting something like this. So it could mean an energy you just need to toss off your shoulder like that's not your stuff. So I hope that helps. Did you get anything from Majestic?
Spirit guides.
Maybe the keywords. That would be.
I'll see. See what's the first one that I'm getting.
Diamond, light body.
Light body.
Oh.
It's a pretty powerful card.
I like it. That's usually Aries. Aries energy. The springtime, the pioneer.
See what keywords we have for you. Diamond.
Maybe Palladian energy. Art, music, beauty, healing. Possibly.
So the light body is activation, spirit, soul, crown chakra, unity, oneness, light, the head area, silence, the mind, self-love, joy, ascension. So basically, you're in this ascension process, and you need to quiet your mind. Stop thinking so much. You're bringing too much into the left field, and more can actually talk to you. Very simple. Yeah, basically allow natural intelligence to communicate with you and stop the cross chatter by thinking so much and overthinking it, because it actually blocks it. Roll.
I want to see them.
I don't know if you see anything. I am the infinite light of the universe.
And
That's your thing.
like breathing techniques. I think breathing techniques would help you just let go. Just breathe it in. You can do it right now and breathe out. That doesn't belong to you. In with the new,
Out with the old.
out with the old. Couple times, and if you do it faster, you can switch between which nostril. It could balance the brain hemisphere and picks your energy up. Out of here. That's not for me. Okay, Isabel would like a Galactic Heritage card.
See what race you belong to.
Oh, is that the question?
I don't know. That's what I'm feeling.
No, she didn't ask. What?
Well, she asked. Psychic.
But she said Galactic Heritage card. But psychically, she wants to know what star system she's connected to.
Let's make the most dominant valuable. Let's see what's happening. Reading everything. Orion Light.
Another Orion.
Future. Let me pull another one. I want to race. Not
This
where she's
is
going.
no. This is this is
She's
a
not an
future.
Orioner.
This is the last card in the deck when the Orions got enlightened.
Yeah.
And there's a feeling of emptiness.
Going home, basically.
Yeah, of going home, and the emptiness is.
Yeah, Pleiadian.
In a sense,
You're
being
stubborn, yeah?
in between.
You're stubborn. There's stubbornness here. Work on your stubbornness. Sometimes you can't win. So it's Pleiadian.
Pleiadian stubbornness.
That's why she's so stubborn. She's a Pleiadian.
I feel the stubbornness has to do with learning.
Like not taking it in, wanting it her way. So a lot of Pleiadians have that.
She needs to take in other people's communications or information. And the fun thing about listening to people or reading books, or how should I say this, having an interaction with others who may be slightly opinionated, is once you kind of sift through and you find these golden nuggets, you walk away feeling empowered because people have usually had a story to tell. And the Pleiadian 9-dimensional energies are associated with storytelling. So if you look at anyone channeling Pleiadians or the 9th dimensional, like Wendy Kennedy or Sonia Choquette or Barbara Marciniak, there is often an essence to this. And I know that might sound strange, related to the future, where you've gotten kind of you've ascended past the polarity. It's almost like telling you, okay, what direction are you going in through the Pleiadian frequency, which is already ascended, is that it's like, what do I have to learn? Like, what do these other people have to show me? They could show you in from the oneness. And I seeing the number 8, and that has to do with empowerment. So maybe listen to somebody else and see, what is this something that empowered them in the past? Is this the story? Or is this empowering for you? Are they connecting with you in that way? And I could go on, but I feel like if you visualize the interaction as energy, it can make it a lot easier for you to deal with different people's personality, because when you're seeing things as energy in movement and in light, it kind of neutralizes the sort of judgment that our ego might have about others. And when we get past the ego, we can just go into learning mode. So it's a little bit like going into the left brain, if you are an emotional Pleiadian energy who's just tired of all the crap. It's like, okay, whatever. And then just look for stuff that feels funny. I hope that was interesting. I find that fascinating, how the cards connect with each other. And one other word of caution is Pleiadians interfering with Orion conflict that's not theirs. Do something creative instead. Okay. This person wants also a galactic reading. Okay, thanks for your patience, guys. We like to take our time.
They knocked me out. I don't know what they carry today.
It's processing because it was Pisces full moon 2 days ago. It's a lot. Take your bath. It's okay. wants you, please, you
I see a golden eagle. I don't know what's going on. Usually,
I see a golden eagle.
yeah.
That's higher perspective. That's like Horus or heavy.
So that's for everybody.
The Redeemer. Are you guys on a vengeance path right now? Don't do it. Okay, Def Jules, pick a card, dear.
Wow.
What?
A lot of
Another Orion. Oh, this is also a future Orion light card.
So there's a
Force
lot
of
of Orion
Attraction,
history.
106.
A lot of Orion history.
But wait, ancient past and super future. Wow, guys. Hopefully you were here for the earlier part of the chat where we talked about what Orion somewhat means. The natural state of existence is balance. So the last 4 cards of the deck access the energy called the Orion Light, which connects to a very evolved era in Orion history. Since our natural state is as a unified being, there are universal forces that pull us toward integration and awakening no matter how much we resist. So what Orion Council calls this is you're experiencing different aspects of yourself, and Lisa Royale confirms this, she made this deck, is that we have different aspects that want expression. And if you, here's the thing, if you're in a, let's say you're in a control situation, I feel this must have been your recent past or your galactic past. So if you were in a control situation, you realize that after a while, it headed nowhere. The way you wanted it just didn't work. And the calming message for all of us who've had to deal with it, perhaps, is there's a naturally balancing system always. And that's what this card talks about. So when we're in a state of imbalance, we have to surrender to balance. Isn't that amazing? And this is where the Palladians come in, because they learned integration. So meditate on that word, on what integration is, which is something we tune into as a force when we're silent and empty. So I feel this has to do with also becoming more energy sensitive, you guys. When you do spiritual work, there are rewards for it. It's not like the creator is like, oh, let's just put everyone on a hamster wheel and watch them spin around and round and round. You have you're on the free will planet, you can do that. But when we're talking about ascension, there are different rules to the game. So there's more of a divine will of a creator. So it's a very big, and you thinking on a planetary level about stuff. So let's say you guys were in a control fight back and forth, who's in power. It's very earth-based. But then you start expanding your consciousness and you say, oh, wow, I could be inventing my own world, doing my own thing. And I feel that the overall message for a lot of us today has had to do with where we're placing our energy, as far as what were the first 3 readings? They had to do something a little differently with the action steps.
With the action, they didn't do the action. They were just not engaging.
Maybe they were not engaging.
They were reactive to the stagnation.
Okay, because energy is push, pull, stop. So that means you've been in a stop field. Just chill. It's different from meditation, I think, when you're connecting to Creator, because Orion Council says meditation. In meditation, a lot of people ask for answers. Anyway, I hope that helped you. But as far as this deck was concerned, what it suggests was you might have been resisting to flow, and that was especially for this week with the Pisces full moon. Is a lot of us have to surrender, go with the flow of the cosmic currents. So the flow of energy gently nudges you toward integration and transformation. The chaos of outer circumstances is just a reflection of inner chaos. Don't be distracted by the outer chaos. If it manifests in your life, go within and reconnect with this flow, the natural force of attraction that always nudges you toward awakening. So where the magnetic fields exist on the planet, and when baby turtles are born and they go across the beach and then they plop into the ocean, they know what direction to swim in because of the magnetic currents. So I'm guessing that the people's second chakra was pretty thrown off, or it's like, where do I place this creative? Is it possible to get a chakra reading? Yes. Yes, it is. Then we have a sorcerer special. Other people felt like you on Friday, dude.
Yeah. Ooh.
Stretch. Mm-hmm. I always start off with the root chakra for some reason. Up, open, spiritual energy. Are you in an ashram? That's okay. Second chakra is nice. Want more energy into the second chakra. So expand the first chakra, bring energy to second chakra. And all you guys need to do, like when you're balancing yourself, put your attention there. Just Greg Raiden. Just put your attention on your heart. I feel that you took in the messages from this reading. So you've been also with us, the stomach was probably relaxing. And I feel the tendency is to spin third chakra backwards, but you've been working on it. So it's going, you're actually spinning it open. That's great. Good job. Heart chakra is good. More energy to heart chakra. So more energy to lower four. A lot of energy going to fifth chakra. What are you doing with your fifth chakra? Have you been playing games with somebody? Playing games. Are you a gamer? Or are you just a Gemini socializing a lot? I'm curious. Oh, your subtle body has been resistant. Interesting. So you are, maybe you're manifesting a spiritual experience for yourself. As in, I see that for you as being filled with light. So my question to you is, what can you do to fill yourself with light?
I think you're good. I'm laying down, yeah?
Babe, you just made a raven sound. It's like those Princess Mononoke tree spirits. You just like stretch your cracks and it sounded like that. Like a frog sound.
Can I do business?
Sure.
I gotta process people. Krista is good. Thank you for taking care of my girl. And see you on the flip side when I come in. I need to really crash. Right now, this is...
Go take a nap.
Getting flattened.
Good job. I see, this is going to sound strange, but I see Saturnian energy in the third eye. So I need to look up what Saturn represents. I think Greek mythology will help me here. Oh wait, Saturn energy. Are you in your late 20s? Jelani, are you in between the ages of 26 and 33 by any chance? Because this is the time where you go to Saturn's return. And I had what's called the Dark Night of the Soul. So I made a video about this, but I didn't really know what it was. I basically just completed it, and I feel like it took me 7 years. It's like, oh, you go through so much crap. Oh, you're only 19. Okay, don't worry about it. You make music in a collective with other artists. You go to meditation gardens and vision light. Wow. Okay, so I wonder what the Saturnian energy is. It has to do with Kronos, becoming known as the god of time. Have you Have you been on a tight time schedule? Are you worried for time today? The planet Saturn and the day of the week Saturday are both named after him. Were you very busy yesterday? uh, so something about what do they do in the Temple of Saturn? I'm not understanding this. Yahweh, Sabbath, Saturn's Day. Maybe you need to take the day off. I mean, you've been stressing about performance, an upcoming performance. Because Saturn is a challenger. And I think Sagittarius rules Saturn. Let me just check. This planet rule. I mean, which constellation rules Saturn? Oh, Capricorn. Oh, Capricorn is connected to career. So Capricorn is also the knees, career, little mini trophies, going higher, doing the best that you can, being like a fine wine, refinement, ripening, maturity, the king of earth. This is a Saturnian energy. So that's normal. You know, when you have an anxiety before, some people call it performance anxiety, but when you have an anxiety before performance, actually, that little stress actually makes the performance better. So it's natural to get that. And once you break through, it's like studying for an exam. We called it crunching in school. And that's when you have to get into the flow. So you have to sit there, like with yoga, you roll out the mat, you put out the book, you study it. And once you've rehearsed it enough, you're going to be fine. So there's also that flow. I think that message for all of us was about full moon in Pisces, especially this Friday. The end of this week was about going with the flow, which can be hard in perfectionist Virgo energy. So it might have felt like you might have had themes of getting things done, accomplishment, and really ancient stuff coming up, especially for you spiritual people. So for the star seeds, you may have had some ancient Orion conflicts coming up last week, where you are required to perhaps have a spiritual practice that takes you through your energy body so you can feel connected to Creator and at peace with yourself. So I hope your performance goes well. I know you're going to do great. Sorcerer, you wanted to focus on self-mastery. Well, okay. Okay, Sorcerer, the first thing I see for you, though, is a newspaper. Newspaper always means someone telling you the news. This is an interesting, because I associate journalism with, the sign of Gemini, which is the communicator. And Gemini's about knowing lots of little tidbits. So it's also the jack of all trades. And I just find this an interesting connection to self-mastery. I want to know more. So let's pick your heritage card, which is the surrender card of future Lyra, number 70. So the Lyrans were pretty much one of the oldest races of galactic groups to inhabit and colonize this local galaxy, Milky Way galaxy, this local cluster. And they expanded, and they went through their lessons too. The card says that for eons, the Lyrans applied the masculine principle of pushing or forcing reality to conform to their desires. In order to transform, they eventually had to surrender, to let go of the need for control and trust the universe to be as it needs to be in every moment. This was a hard lesson for the Lyrans as it is for you. You, like most humans, have a karmic pattern of trying to control reality. Now it's trying to change that pattern. So practice trust and surrender to the universe on a daily basis. Even with small things, as you do this, you'll begin to heal this ancient karmic pattern. I feel though the energy wants you more, it's more of a trust in your power kind of energy. And for example, I feel that you must have had some past lives where you surrendered to a master teacher, a master guide, somebody that's in control. And we do this as kids. You know, we give up a lot of what we have to for our survival to the people who feed us. And when you are growing, you kind of come into your own power system. For instance, for example, ages 15 to 25 is you're learning a lot of life tools and skills. And I'm saying this because in order to be successful, we actually have to have the experience. So Capricorn represents experience. And it's different than being in theory. So in a sense, college is theory because college is teaching you stuff, unless it's teaching you very specific skills. So I think that what can help you to see your own power system is to look at what tools you have. And this can be a simple exercise like emptying your toolbox. Literally, when you pour the contents of your bag, your backpack on the floor, and you go through the actual physical stuff that's in there, and you can ask yourself, like, what am I doing? What am I actually doing? Because for us spiritual people, we can go far out in our thought form, in our minds. Jelani was talking about the subtle body. So what he meant by that was, besides going into this infinite mind, maybe exploring the astral plane, other worlds with this full moon last week, or just focusing on your workout and your day-to-day, you're creating the actual experience. And for us, we want it to be light-filled. We want it to be good for us. We want it to be good for the planet. We want everyone to succeed. And I practice the meditation of compassion. So if you feel confused right now, if you feel like you need to control where things are going because, oh my God, everything's out of control, everything's spinning, then see what it is you're actually doing. Look, this is where the earth signs come in. They're like, look at your environment. One thing that helps with anxiety, for example, that I found is naming objects around me and little things that are happening. Like if you're going through a panic attack because you're feeling emotions you didn't feel before, you can calm it down and you go. It's like psychometry. Oh, I have a crystal on that table, a pink rose. That is a pink rose quartz. You hold it in your left hand. You open your left palm chakra to receiving energy because we've been putting out, like the card told us, they've been putting out all this masculine stuff. Like, I gotta associate, I gotta do, push. Receive from that crystal. Or receive from that piece of food, receive from that water. And one of the best ways to do affirmation practice is hold a glass of water, put the intention into it because water is very receptive. So with full moon, we're doing spell work, which is what witches say is for manifesting. This is where we start to do your magic ritual time now. It started on Friday, but we still have sun energy. If your Sabbath was on Saturday or you go to church on Sunday, do some magic in church. Sit there and be like, do your affirmations to yourself. I don't care what the sermon is. You close your eyes and visualize. If you have nothing to do on Sunday, you're just kind of kicking it. Maybe you just surrender to that feeling. I like to ask my spirit guides, what is the energy of today? Because I live on a giant crystal. There's all this clear crystal quartz underneath the surface of this land, and that's a highly magnetically charged field. And so some of us, we have to deal with these emotions all the time, and especially during certain phases of the moon, right, ladies? So to all the men in the room, if you're not sure, ask a witch. Like, ask a woman you trust. You know, if she likes to wear black, ask her especially, and see what she has to say. So I hope that this helped you guys today. The theme was enduing. So the balance today is basically a third chakra, Orion energy. And you guys know tomorrow the Orion Council is going to channel for you. So stay tuned to that video coming up. We are finished for today. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for donating, supporting us. You want to work with photonic crystal energy, that's my partner Ra today. He's on rocky.com, and you guys can find more information about my work on crystalisa.com. I'll see you guys on Instagram. I'll see you guys in the next video. See you next weekend with a live show, and have an excellent rest of your day. Bye.